Hi, it's Phil from Light Reading, and we're here at the Network X Americas show in Irving, Texas. And joining me today, it's my pleasure to introduce Metin from Airties. And Airties is a pretty well-known name in the broadband space. Can you give us for those who haven't heard of your company, give us an overview of what your core product set is?
Yes, definitely. Thank you, Phil. Airties is a smart Wi-Fi software solution provider, and we work with service providers around the world. We are providing a cloud software and an embedded software component that goes into the home routers that the service providers are giving to their customers. We are monitoring and improving the user experience over Wi-Fi, and we are providing a lot of tools to service providers to manage their home internet subscribers' experience, basically.
Excellent. And so you already have relationships with a number of big telcos, so
Yes.
AT&T, Deutsche Telekom. Let's see, you've recently announced T-Mobile.
Yes.
Can you comment on what it is that you're doing for these providers, and maybe specifically, like, what is it about your products that's attracting them?
Yes, this is very interesting, and T-Mobile is recently one of our recent customers that is deploying our product. So if we talk about T-Mobile, they are the largest fixed wireless access service provider in the world, and this is quite important project for us because it's really a different type of deployment. So what we do for T-Mobile is we have integrated our embedded software solution called Airties Edge, and that software goes into the routers that the T-Mobile is providing to enable that broadband service for the home subscribers. On top of that, we have Airties Cloud, which is installed in the cloud, and it's connected to every home that is using that router, and we are collecting data, analyzing data, and understanding the user experience from those subscribers, and we are providing care tools to T-Mobile to be able to support those customers when they have any issues. We have automatic optimizations that continuously improves the user experience of those subscribers over Wi-Fi when they're using the broadband service from T-Mobile. It's a very essential service to make sure that the customers are having a good broadband experience, and Wi-Fi is a very important part of that experience.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I love that we're talking about T-Mobile because they went from not being in the home internet access space to suddenly being like quickly the top 20, and then suddenly one of the top 10 in the US.
Yes.
And in hardly any time at all.
Yes.
And just a few years ago, fixed wireless access was not thought of very well in the telecom space. People had all kinds of detractors, all kinds of problems with it. Now it's definitely, as T-Mobile's proved, it's definitely, the conversation's changing.
Yes.
Why do you think that conversation has changed so drastically?
I think all it takes is one successful example that shows how fixed wireless access can basically unlock a very big broadband growth. So if you look at T-Mobile, they have more than 5 million subscribers, all on fixed wireless access. This was something that, it was being talked, but not really implemented. Nobody really thought that this would be possible with the spectrum, limitations, and using mobile network to provide fixed home service. So 5G enabled that, and fixed mobile took that and basically implemented this fastest growing broadband operator in the world, probably. So it is. Now it's no question that everybody knows that fixed wireless can deliver good enough performance, and especially for areas. Before it was only thought about rural areas when there is no infrastructure. Okay, let's use the mobile networks.
Right.
But T-Mobile has shown that they can go to any market and they can get subscribers and increase their install base. So this is an opportunity for every telco who has capabilities of mobile networks, with 5G giving them enough capacity to be able to provide a fast enough broadband service, and that they can use this to go into markets that they don't have the fiber, for example. They can start gaining customers and then install fiber later when there is enough customer base.
Yeah.
5G fixed wireless access is also replacing DSL. So DSL networks are still out there. There's still many customers using copper for broadband service. 5G fixed wireless access is actually matching and exceeding that performance, and there's no need to use that copper anymore. There's a lot of operators thinking about decommissioning copper and replacing it with fixed wireless access. So I think it's a big revolution happening now. Finally, we have a technology that can provide broadband to homes wirelessly. There has been attempts in the past. If you may remember, there was WiMAX.
Yes, I do remember
and
WiMAX.
there was even services available, but didn't last. But I think 5G is delivering that promise now.
Yeah, I agree. I think even in neighborhoods like mine where there's a heavy fiber penetration, a fixed wireless provider was able to come into the neighborhood and offer very good access at a lower cost. And when you're talking about pairing that with all of the smart home and smart Wi-Fi, it really does take care of the customers so they don't have a worry about whether this is going to be a reliable connection or not.
Yeah, definitely. It's proven. It works now, and it actually gives a competition, a tool for competition. So otherwise, you would only be, your own alternative is to get internet service from your fiber provider or cable provider. Now, another one comes in over the top and provides you good enough service at an attractive price. So it actually is, is different than what it was taught before. It was only taught like when there is no infrastructure, I use fixed wireless because there is no other choice. But now there is competitive part of it, which enables the mobile operator to provide broadband service over the networks that he didn't have before. And the second is the copper replacement. This will happen. We will see that copper is disappearing. Maybe 5 years from now, we will see a lot of copper subscribers transferring over the fixed wireless. Yeah,
excellent. Another big name I want to ask you about is Qualcomm. So you've recently cemented a relationship with Qualcomm. What's that all about, and how are you using their technology in your products?
Yeah, Qualcomm, as you know, they're the leader in the 5G technology, both from base station and the device perspective. They have actually looked into this market, and they actually positioned themselves also to provide a platform for fixed wireless access, router platform basically, including Wi-Fi and the wider network connection from fixed wireless. So we discussed with Qualcomm and seeing this market that will grow. So we created this partnership that on these Qualcomm platforms, we will be providing software solution that actually monitors and enhances the fixed wireless access connections. When you talk about fixed wireless access, yes, it's great, but the performance can vary depending on the network conditions. So just like what we do on Wi-Fi, we are developing a software solution that will monitor the fixed wireless access connection continuously and optimize with the tools that we get from the chip vendor like Qualcomm. So this partnership is important. We want to enable better user experience over fixed wireless access. That's what the purpose of this partnership is.
That's excellent. I like that a lot of your technology with Wi-Fi and also with this is basically monitoring, test, and measurement. Being really smart about how to manage the connections. So there's one more thing I want to ask you about, and that's Airties Orbit, a product I've heard about. What is that, and how is that sort of play into this Wi-Fi monitoring and testing?
Yes, definitely. We have just made a press announcement about that. Orbit is an end-to-end test system that we developed for our own purposes first, to be able to test our software and when we integrate our software into third-party hardware, be able to verify the hardware is really providing the right measurements and right performance. And we found out later on that our partners needed, chip vendors needed, anybody who's developing software and hardware on Wi-Fi, they all have the same difficulties as we did.
Sure.
Difficult to test because Wi-Fi is affected by the environment. So you need to have a really isolated environment to be able to test reliably and repeat the same tests over and over. So we started licensing this software technology or this test software to our partners, to our customers, whoever is developing software on those Wi-Fi devices. So that's what Orbit is. It's enabling easy testing and debugging Wi-Fi systems.
I like the fact that you used it first, so you know it's
Yes.
good
Yes.
for the rest of the market. That's a very important point.
Yes.
Okay, so to wrap up, where can our audience find out more about Airties and what you guys are up to?
Yeah, the best place is going to our website. It's www.airties.com.
Okay.
All the information is there. We have all the press releases there. It's a good source.
That's fantastic, and we'll link to that website in the show notes for this video.
Yes.
Thank you so much for giving us a bit of your time today, and enjoy the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Phil.